This is tutorial 2-4, creating custom colors for a map in the GIS Tutorial 1 basic workbook. In the previous tutorial, we worked with predefined color ramps. In this one, it's going to show you how you, as the user, can dictate what colors are being used, from choosing how a color ramp is designed, or simply entering in color values to get the exact colors that you want. I'm continuing from tutorial 2-3, so the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I save my 2-3 MXD and then save it as tutorial 2-4. Then click save. We're going to turn off our renter occupied by county layer, and we're going to turn on the owner occupied by county. We're going to open up the properties for owner occupied by county layer. And in the Symbology tab, we're going to right-click the color ramp and go to Properties. And in here, you can choose the beginning and ending color. For the first one, we're going to choose Arctic White, which is this one right here. And for the second one, we're going to choose Dark Navy. And it's this one. It's in column 10, row 6. Click OK. As you can see, the colors have changed here. We're going to click OK again. And now our map displays the new colors. So that's one way to change how a color ramp may look. But there are other ways we can work on this. We can go into our legend here on the table of contents, and you're going to click the color for 6001 to 12,000. You're going to go to fill color, down to more colors, and this will open up the color selector. And what it wants us to do is change the values. In the image that they show, H should be 218. So I'm going to change that to 218, but they definitely want the S to be changed to 5, so I'm going to change that to 5. Click OK. Looks a little bit more gray to me. Then click OK again. Just to better see how this is changing, I'm going to copy this, paste it. I'm going to go back to this one and change the colors to the original. This was 220 and this was 20. I'm going to turn off US states and cities. So we're only focusing on these two. Then I'm going to refresh. So this is what it looked like when we first changed our color ramp. And this is what it looks like using the different color for the second class. As you can see, it's a little bit lighter. For the year turn, they want us to go in and change the next two boxes. So for this one, we're going to click on the color for 12,001 to 24,000. Go to more colors. Just because the book shows this as really supposed to be 218, I'm going to change it to that and change this to 20%. I'm going to click OK and OK again. We're going to click on the next one. More colors. I'm going to change this to 218 and this to 40%. Click OK and OK again. Then they want us to go into the properties and go to the Symbology tab. Then for symbol, we're going to click on it with the left mouse button and then properties for all. I've noticed this happen in more recent versions. For some reason, when I click on that, it does not open. So we're going to have to do this just individually. And we're going to change this to 30% gray and do that for each individual one. Then click OK. So this is what our new map looks like. I'm going to turn on the one that we created in step 5. And as you can see, it is quite different. The original from step 5 is much darker in many more areas. The Your Turn continues on, wanting you to right click on your owner occupied by county and save this as a layer called tutorial 2-4. I'm going to expand my renter occupied by county, and they want us to go in here and import this symbology from that layer. Click OK. We change it to renter OCC. Click OK. But remember, because some values are being hidden, we have to go in and change this to the 1696455. Even though it's just the one. Then 6,000 or less or greater. And this is what our new renters map is going to look like. And we can throw on US cities if we wanted to, and our outline. Now this is where the tutorial ends, but I'm going to show you a really nice tool that can help you determine what colors are actually the best. So first we're going to save this, and then you're going to want to open up a browser and go to colorbrewer2.org. And in here, this is a really nice tool that will show you the best color schemes. And you can do this for a number of classes from 3 to 12, either sequential, diverging, which means it starts pretty much at white, or in these other classes here, yellow, and diverge from that. Or qualitative, which might work for maybe unique values or categorical data. So let's go and do 6, because that's what our map was using. And in here, here's one that looks very similar to it, but it doesn't start at white. The nice thing about this is you can add things that restrict the colors. Do you want it to be colorblind safe? If you click on it, it will reduce which ones might not be best for people that are colorblind. You can do one that is print friendly or photocopy safe. You can include roads and cities to see how well that color might look with other layers added. You can add a terrain or a solid background to see how well it would look with transparency turned on. Turn off colorblind safe, and let's look at some of the diverging. Down here it shows you how they look like if you have a random pattern. This is if it goes with a gradient. You can get values using the hex value, red, green, blue, or I'm not sure what these stand for, but it's the CMYK value as well. And if we went back to our ArcMap, opened up one of these, go to more color, you can change the HSV to HMYK or red, green, blue. So you don't have to use the HSV, that's just the default. So cancel and cancel. So you might want to bookmark this qualitative, you can see, and it will choose what colors work best with your data. And you can change the colors of roads to one that you might use more often. So if you use gray for your roads, this is how it would look. You can download this as a Excel spreadsheet or as a CSS, JSON, or a JavaScript. You can look at the credits for who designed this. And that concludes this video.